Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to Model Exclusive. Teach yourself all kind of models. So today we want to cut a kimono gown. A kimono gown. The reason why a kimono gown in the sense that it's going to have a cutting at the front. I'm going to use 3 yards of fabric. Okay, the 2 yard will be for the kimono, while the one yard I'm using this will be for the hand, and the hamster is going to be a kind of what do you call it, a cone, or if you like call it a triangular hamster. So that is what I'm going to. It's going to be very very big. Is an abaya. Okay, we are going to wear this kimono on an inner wear, which we are going to see at the end of the video. So that is what we want to do. So in totality of it, for both the inner and the outer aspect, I'm going to be using 5 yards. But for this kimono gown that I want to cut, I'm going to use 3 yards, 2 yards for the fabric, 1 yard for the arm. So this is actually a vintage material, and this one I don't know the name, but it's a kind of a stretchy and kind of a net, but it's not net. I don't know the name of the fabric, but you can use any fabric of your choice. I just want to use this one as a kind of a design at the hand. The hand is going to be a triangular style. So now this is 2 yards of fabric. I folded it into into four. I folded it into four. And see, 1 2 3 4. So after folding it into four, because I'm going to cut the front separate, because the front is going to have a kind of a cutting here. Okay, so the inner will be showing here, so and down. So I'm going to cut this into two. I'm going to cut the front separate and the back separate. That means I'm going to divide it into two. So one yard. 1 yard will be for the back, 1 yard will be for the front. So I'm going to cut it straight like this down. So I'm done with the cutting. So this is it. So I'm going to separate the front from the back. Okay, now let me use this one of it for the back, and I'm using every part of the fabric. I'm not using anybody measurement. It's for ready made or so people see it. When they are interested, they definitely come for it. And when you are sewing something like that, you need to make it to be very big so that it can fit on many sizes. Okay, so now this is the back. So what I'm going to do now for the back, I'm going to do it as if I'm cutting a collar. I'm cutting a collar. That is 3 by 1, 3 by 1, like this. You see, 3, then like this, 1 inches. Then I'm going to measure 2 inches at the edge of this fabric. Sorry, before that, let me just cut the neck first, because I'm going to cut the arm separately. Okay, now so the shoulder that I'm going to use, I want to use 18 inches, 18 inches, and it's not going to have a kind of printing, because it's not going to have it's going to have a printing. I beg your pardon, because it's going to have a printing and the shoulder is 18. So for it to have printing, that means I'm going to measure exact 18. So by the time I stitch it in, it will go back to like 17, so that the printing will show very well. But when you are printing a cloth and you now measure the exact measurement of it, it's not going to, it will fall out of the shoulder. So make sure that when you are cutting, when you are sewing something like that will have printing, make sure you always reduce the shoulder length, okay, for like 1 inches. Okay, you can cut the exact. If it is 18, you divide it into 2 times 9, 18. So since it's 18, you measure 9, exactly 9 inches. By the time you now stitch it inside, half inches or 1 inches will have gone from the mark. But if it is not pleating, you measure like if it is 18, you measure 19. By the time you stitch it 1 inches, it will fall back to 18. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. So now, since the shoulder is 18, I'm measuring 9. That is 18 divided by 2 is going to give me 9. I'm measuring exact 9. So by the time I will stitch it, it will go back to like 17. I hope you understand. So let me dot it. So let me use The armhole, I'm going to measure like 20 or 22 because I want it to be big. You know, I said it's for many sizes. Anybody can come for it. So, and the arm is going to be very, very big. It's an abaya. You know, abaya, that is where it comes from. Abaya used to be very, very big. Anything that is abaya should be very big. Okay? So, I'm going to mention for the arm, I'm going to mention 11. Initial, that is 22. Or let me say 24. I beg your pardon. I'm mentioning 24. For the box, this 14. 14 times 2, 28. Okay? 28 times 2, that is like 50 something. So it will it will fit many sizes. Okay? So let me connect it together. Okay. I hope you can see what I'm doing. Then from this side, I'm going to slant it. This is the back, don't forget. I don't have exact measurements. I'm working on my own free arm. I want it to be big and to be beautiful. It's a kimono gown, and this is the back of it. I will now slant it down. I hope you see what I'm doing. So, so at the edge of this place, I'm going to measure the shoulder line. I'm going to mention 2 inches down, 1.5 inches down. So because our shoulder is not straight, it's slanted. Okay, I'm going to slant it from this side, to the neck side, to the armhole side. So the armhole will go down for like 1.5 inches, 1 inches, 2 inches, depending on your choice. But I'm using 1.5 now for this one. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to cut it. I'm going to use scissors to cut it. Okay. So I will now cut it down to this side. Cut it down. So this is how it's going to look. I hope you can see the view on the floor after cutting it. Okay, so the next thing is to cut the front. The next thing is to cut the front. Okay, the next thing is to cut the front. This is the back, and I use 1 yard to cut the back. I want to use another 1 yard to cut the front. So I will fold it into two as usual, just as the way I folded the other one into two. So after folding it into two, I will now place it, the back one, I will now place it on this. Okay, I will now cut it. Don't forget that I'm cutting a kimono gown. A kimono gown. So if you can cut the front, if you can cut the back, the front will be easier. So please, when you are doing it, you can pin it so that to avoid mistakes. Make sure that everything are equal. You folded them into two equal parts. Okay, this is actually the front. The front is going to be a v-neck, a very big v-neck. So let me place it on it and cut. So I'm going to trace it like this. I'll trace it the way I cut the front. Sorry, the back. That is how I'm going to cut this. I'm going to trace it, cut it exactly the way I cut the back. That is how I'm going to do. Down, down. So this is how it's going to look. I've trimmed everything. Let me shape here a little bit to make it a little bit okay. Okay. This is how it's going to look on the floor. Now, this is the front. I'm using one for the front. I'm using one for the back. Okay. Now let's assume I'm using this for the front. I'm going to trim here. Go 1 inches inside like this. I'm not going to reach this edge, please, the box side, but I'm going to start from here like this. I will not reach the box side. I will just start from here like this, enter inside and shape it to this side. Okay, so that it's going to fit here at the arm hole. Okay, this is on the front. The front armhole is always deeper than the back armhole. So this is what I'm saying. This is the front. I'm not going to start from here. I'm not starting from here. Look at it. I'm not starting here. I'm starting here. Okay, inside. Like half an inch or 1 inches inside. So the front armhole is always deeper than the back armhole. Okay, this is what I'm saying. Okay, I hope you understand what I'm saying. So this is the back. You can see it has space. This one is deeper. Now the next thing is the neck. Don't forget that I said the neck is V. It's going to be from here like this. Okay, that is what I'm going to do. So let me just use like 7-8 inches. I'm starting from the shoulder side. I will now make a V, and I've make a V. This is 9. This is 9. I'm going to cut it. You like, you can make it 9, you can make it 10, depending on your choice. If you like, make it 3, your choice. So you are going to draw a V. Please, when you are doing it as a beginner, please make sure that you use chalk to mark it so that you don't make mistakes. Okay, done that. Now this is what I'm saying. The next thing, this is the neck. You see V. So the next thing, I hope you can see what I'm saying. This is it. You see that? Okay, you see what I'm saying. So the next thing now is to cut this place. Don't forget that is a kimono abaya. I'm going to cut this place down. I'm going to cut it down. So we are cutting this place down. Please be careful when you are cutting it. So we have cut it into 2. So what I'm going to do now is that this is the back. Don't forget. You are going to place it on the floor or on your table. After placing it, this one, the side, the one that is going to be at the front, you are going to place it here like this, shoulder to shoulder. Okay, shoulder to shoulder. Can you see? Then the other one, you are going to place it shoulder to shoulder. You are going to pin it down. Shoulder to shoulder, you pin it down. So I'll take it to the machine. I'm going to sew the shoulder side, this side. I'm stitching here down. I'm stitching the other side down. So I will now bring it and show us so that we can see it. Before I will now go ahead to cut the cone or triangular arm style. So I've joined it. This is how it's going to look like. Can we see the way it's going to look? So you can see this is the cutting I said at the front. Okay, this is the cutting that I said at the front. I haven't stitched the shoulder and the side. Okay, this is how it's going to look. So the next thing is to cut the arm. This place I'm going to get a kind of strap. I may use this. I may use another fabric. There's a fabric, leftover fabric that I'm going to use for this aspect. It's going to be very, very tiny. Okay, so but let's cut the corn hand and let's see how it looks. Okay, that is what I'm going to cut now. So the corn hand, that is what we want to cut now. This is it. This is the armhole. Okay, we are going to cut this 1 yard that I've cut from the fabric. I'm going to fold it into 2 like this. Okay, I hope you are seeing it. After folding it into 2, I'm going to do it like this. You see it like this. After making it like this, oh, sorry, let me make it bigger. Let me do it like this. You fold it like this. After folding it like this, if you like, you can actually do it like this. But I don't want it to be like this. I want it to be very big, not tiny, very big, bogus. So I'm going to place it here like this. Mm-hmm. Then I will do it like this, like like a rectangle. You see, okay. Then the armhole, this armhole, I'm going to place it like this. Okay, placing it like this, like this, like this. That is how I'm going to cut it. So you have like two method or three method of cutting it. When I'm done, you're going to see it. So you are going to do it like this. You now do like this. Just follow the step. Then make sure you have measured the length of it. This one I know is not good. The initial length, if I want to use my length, is going to be 23. Look at it. This is 21. By the time I trim here 21, I'm going to put a plainting ruffles at the bottom. So to make it, to complete it. Look at what I'm actually talking about. Can you see that it has formed the cone? You see it? You see? You see it? So that is what I'm going to put at the hand. Look at the way it looks on the floor. If it's bigger than this, you are still going to have, if the fabric is bigger than this, you are going to have a bigger result. The cone will show very well. This is it. I hope you can see. So this is the arm style. I hope you get the way I cut the cone. It's very, 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 very technical, but it's not that difficult. So we are done with the arm. So what I'm doing now to make it up, because it's 23, I'm going to put a ruffle, something like this. I made it in one cloth, something like this. I'm going to put it at the arm of this to make it up, something like this. The way I made this, that is what I'm going to do on this as well, to make it up, to make it to look okay, and to make it to be up to that 23 that I initially want to use. So I'm going to look for the strap and cut it and do it. You're going to see it when I'm fixing it. I'm going to show the tutorial, the sewing aspect of it, sewing aspect of corn arm. I'm going to show the tutorial. So the next thing now is, what we are going to do on this is that we are going to fix the neck. Okay, I'm going to fix the arm, and I'm going to show the tutorial on how to fix this one, and I'm showing it twice away. So I'm going to fix this on it, fix it, then show how it is being fixed. So let's move to the machine and do the stitching. So now we want to start the fixing of the arm. So this place that I launch, I'm going to place it at the shoulder side. I hope you can see what I'm saying. So I place it together. It's going to have plenty, don't forget. And if you like, you may not put plenty. So placing it here, I may decide not to put plenty, I may decide to put plenty. So don't forget the rules. I said when you are adding printing, if the shoulder is 20, that means you are going to mention 19. By the time you now, or you can measure that 20, by the time you stitch one stitch, it will fall to 19. But if it is not going to have a plating, that means you are going to mention 20. You stitch in 1 inches. But if if it is going to have plating, if the shoulder is 19, you are mentioning 19, exact 19. So by the time you stitch, the 1 inches will have gone out of it, so the plating will be able to show very well. I hope you understand. So now we double stitch the beginning to avoid it getting loose on time. So that is how I'm going to stitch it down to this place that I launched, to the place that I want to put my plating before I start adding my plating on it. So I'm done with the facing of the hand. This is the little plating I put at the shoulder. Okay. So the next thing now, I told you that I'm going to add a ruffles here. Because initially the arm length is 23 that I want it to be. So even though I leave it like this is okay, but I just want to add it to add more to the beauty of it, and it will even make the clothes to look more mature and expensive. Okay, so I'm going to add ruffles here. So I have some ruffles that I use that is left from some clothes. So those are the one I'm gonna use now. Okay, put it at the arm, at the edge of the clothes. Okay, so let me show us how to do it. And just do it here like this. I'm going to place it here like this. Okay, straight. If you like, you can use chalk first of all to chalk it, and use pin to pin it before you do it. If you're a beginner, you can use chalk to chalk it, or use pin to pin it like this. I use pin to pin it like this. Pin it, you use pin to pin it down before you now start sewing. Okay, but if you are not a beginner, if you think you can do without pinning it, no problem. Just go on and start making your plating on it. Don't forget the rules. Always double stitch the first stitching, okay, to avoid it getting loose on time. That is how I'll be doing it. Down, round. So that is how I'm going to do it. I'm still doing the ruffles. So this is the ruffles I said I'm going to put at the hem of it. Okay, cut it. This is the ruffles. So the next thing is to stitch it. So the same method that I use for this one, that is what I'm going to use for the second arm. So we are stitching it now. You turn it to the inner. So you now take them together. If you like, you use your pin to pin it. Let's pin it. You can pin it down. Pinning every damn thing. So I will now place it on the machine and sew like so. Let this take this. We are going to double stitch because stitching. Don't forget. And then stitch this one. So we are going to trim the excess. We are trimming the excess. All this place we are going to trim them. Then you take it to the interlocking machine and interlock it, especially when you are sewing it for a client. But if it's for you, no problem. Or if you like, you can use your zigzag, your, what do you call it, shell scissors to do it, or you interlock it. The choice is yours. So but mine, I'm going to interlock it because it's for selling, so I'm going to interlock it. Okay. So one arm is done. I'm going to do the second arm off camera, after which I'm going to come back and let us know what we gonna do after this. This is the first arm. Look at it. Look at how big it is. Look at how beautiful it is. It's going to add to the, to the beauty of the abaya. Can you see it yourself? Can you see it?